Hello and welcome, everyone. It is time to enter the Gummy Day. Today we will be digging into UFC 268. But first, if you like what we're doing here, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. You can also find us on Breaker, Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and of course Spotify. Today we will also be having Cole onto the show, sharing his thoughts. He actually did a lot of research into this one.
What's going on, guys?
He's excited to get some solid breakdowns in. So let's get right into it. First off, we have Alex Pereira versus Andreas Micaletiz. Probably butchered that, but
It's okay. Guys, this fight is insanely crucial to the UFC middleweight division. And if you don't understand exactly who Alex Pereira is, then let us explain. Let's just say he's the only person to ever beat Israel Adesanya. Not once, but twice. One of those by way of knockout. Oof. And he's starting his UFC debut on the main card. It's safe to say that Dana knows exactly what he's doing as far as narrating this rivalry between two co-champions in kickboxing. But in order to get the title shot, we'll have to see what Alex has to prove himself in the UFC middleweight division. Yeah. And we're going to start with Micaletiz.
Yeah, Dana knows what he's about to sell. He's known for his long lead head kicks, his vicious lead left hooks. He's coming out of Glory Kickboxing. We can expect a lot of stiff leg kicks and fluid striking from Alex. Something to keep in mind is Alex's high guard, though. In kickboxing, this is essential due to takedowns being non-existent. But with these smaller gloves and takedowns being a threat, Alex may need to rethink some of his kickboxing tendencies. He has had 4 MMA fights before his UFC debut, and that has given him enough time to do just that. He's looking pretty good in the clinch. He's looking pretty good with the overhooks, the underhooks. I'm actually impressed from what I've seen thus far. But this is a big step up in competition.
He is one scary dude. Let's just start off by saying that Dana is not throwing any softballs Alex's way for his debut in the UFC. Usually we'll see, new talent coming up and being able to actually build their fight card, but Alex already has a resume built for a champ, and Dana wants to see exactly what he can do.
Yep, don't waste time. Don't take any risks. Get him to the top.
Yeah, exactly. Andreas is already a decorated MMA fighter out of Athens. He already has a pro career of 13-4. He's known for really brutal leg kicks and really flashy spinning finishes, and he can be very unpredictable.
Now, if Micaletiz can control the pace of the fight early and get Alex's timing off on his leg kicks, he may be able to time and counter with a spinning heel kick, because the spinning heel kick is technically a counter. You have to pull your hands down really to get that torque into those leg kicks, those powerful leg kicks. So if Micaletiz can time that, he might catch Pereira with a spinning leg kick. Other than that, I don't really see too much of that working, given his kickboxing experience and his resume. As we saw from his debut fight in the UFC against Buller, Micaletiz felt comfortable throwing multiple wild combos, flurries, wide hooks, and overhands, but that's not going to work on a technician like Pereira. I will say that Buller was not capitalizing on the opportunities presented. However, with Pereira's distinct reach advantage, Micaletiz' habit of posting and retreating combined with a wide karate, taekwondo stance may not prove as a proper counter to Pereira's pressure and patience. This is a tough fight to call because Micaletiz is very dangerous. He's actually pretty well-rounded. He has some good wrestling. He's good at getting in and out and finding some of those opportunities and counter strikes and setting people up. I don't think he's going to be able to set up Pereira, and I don't think he has the grappling to actually bring Pereira to the ground, but that is a big question coming into this. I feel like Pereira has really good takedown defense and work against the cage, but I feel like his jiu-jitsu is really going to be where he's lacking. So if he does get taken down, this could pose some serious problems. That being said, I'm going Pereira via second round knockout, not TKO, knockout.
I have also got to agree with Pereira via second round knockout. That left hand is just too vicious to overlook, and if it can put out Izzy, I gotta say it can put out anybody.
And his first fight in the UFC, debut, main card, I think he's going to play a little bit safe and really try to wait and get his timing and kind of play it patient and see what opportunities he has to take advantage of.
For sure.
Next up, we have Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler. This is a good fight. They're kind of similar in styles, except for Gaethje's kind of changed up his style a little bit to not be so plotty, try to move in and out. Chandler actually uses his wrestling. Everyone says Gaethje can wrestle. I don't know. Have we seen it? I haven't seen Gaethje's wrestling. The first note I have to make is whoever is moving forward, is probably going to win this fight. Both have shown to be impressive fighters as far as octagon control goes.
That's really fair, dude. But Chandler's chin can't be trusted right now after that Oliveira fight. After taking that left hook, I don't think he's recovered just yet. But I mean, the real question is will Gaethje's high guard defense be able to withstand Chandler's powerful hooks and uppercuts? If Chandler can get Gaethje up against the cage, and Gaethje tries to cut, Chandler can easily catch him with a left or a right hook. He's shown to do that. I mean, obviously with the Dan Hooker fight, it was freaking obliteration.
Mix it up to the body, to the head, with a takedown threat. That's something that Gaethje does have to worry about because Michael Chandler does have fantastic wrestling. And he may pull that out one for this one. I think he should. Gaethje broke really quickly under the pressure of Khabib. He seemed like he was exhausted just after the first round.
That's very true.
But Gaethje he does use the high guard sometimes. I hope he doesn't fall in that tendency because I don't think it's going to do him any justice in this fight. I think Michael Chandler will find his way around that guard if he does. However, with his in and out style, what Gaethje showed against Tony Ferguson, I honestly got to go with Gaethje in this one. He looked very technical. That outside that low calf kick, that's going to mess with Michael Chandler and take his speed off. Gaethje might play it kind of safe, dance around to the outside. Maybe some posting retreating. I don't know if posting retreating would be the right one, the right move to make. But this is a hard fight to call, man, because we still don't know exactly how Chandler adds up with everybody. The only person he's lost to is Oliveira, and Oliveira's a killer right now. And he beat Dan Hooker, and that's a notable win under his belt. However, ultimately, I'm going Gaethje via third-round TKO. I think he's going to find the shot, and I think Gaethje can take more damage than Chandler. So Chandler might get some off on Gaethje, but I think Gaethje's going to be able to eat it. But that is a big question coming into this. Will Gaethje be able to take Chandler's power? Because I don't think Chandler can take Gaethje's power.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a war, dude. This is going to be an all-out brawl. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm with you on the Gaethje. I'm going to say second round, though. I think he's going to clip him. I think he's going to clip him in the chin, drop him, and I think he's going to finish him off on the ground.
I like it. Next up, we have Rose Namajunas versus Zhang Weili. I see Namajunas for the most part, being able to control range and land more significant shots from the outside. Weili will thrive being in close boxing range and in the clinch, but I doubt Rose is going to give her that much of a chance.
Yeah, as we saw in the last fight between these two, Namajunas' ability to keep Weili in check and already gave her a significant advantage in the exchanges and ultimately won her the fight with that vicious head kick.
I did not see that coming. That was such a shock.
Right through the guard. Or right under the guard, really. Weili went up top, and Namajunas went right underneath it.
Yeah, she had her guard high, but it was like Namajunas angled her foot to go under and then around to hit her chin, like right through her guard. It was beautiful, very perfectly aimed and timed.
I definitely wouldn't want to fight either one of these women.
No.
But don't make light of Zhang. She's still hungry for the title. She's the number one contender for a reason, and she carries the pride of China with her. I don't count her out, not on the slightest. I still believe that this is going to be a toss-up.
Not for a second. I mean, we've seen Rose crumble under pressure. Carlos Esparza, Jessica Andrade. Rose is really good at posting, retreating, using fantastic footwork to cut angles and rotate out. But if Zhang can put that pressure on her, Zhang is very dangerous, and Rose does not want to have her back against the cage against her, and Rose does not want to be cut off by Weili. Ultimately, though, guys, I am going to go with Namajunas via decision. I think she's going to do really well from the outside. I think she's going to aggravate Weili, get Weili throwing some of the technique out the window, trying to chase her down, and I think Namajunas is going to stay focused, and she's going to play responsible, and she's going to win this on points. I don't think she's going to try to win it on points, but I think that she's going to outwork Weili and just use her genetic advantages.
Man, I hate it whenever you say exactly what I want to say.
Oh, shit.
I also got to go with Rose going via decision, going 5 rounds. I don't think Rose is going to get that lucky shot on Weili again. I think that was an off-the-cuff thing. Weili's probably definitely corrected that since then.
Yeah, she's probably in China drilling that over and over and over again because
Never
that is
taking a head kick again.
that is a very consistent move that Rose has in her tool belt. Rose has a lot of long kicks from weird angles. Next up and final, the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington 2, the rematch.
These guys have beef and unsettled business. They both respect each other as far as talent, but as far as people, they do not agree. Kamaru has developed a vicious jab that has allowed him to tie a formidable stand-up game in with his wrestling game and just become another level of fighter. With that jab, he put Burns out, broke Covington's jaw, ultimately leading him to win the fight, and his stand-up game allowed him to knock out Masvidal with ease, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's really rounding himself out. Man, that jab is like a piston, too, and it's consistent.
It broke his jaw.
Yeah. Watching that in slow-mo was that was a very powerful jab. If anyone in the welterweight division has a chance against Kamaru Usman, it's Colby Covington. I would like to see grappling going into this fight. That was something I really wanted to see in their first fight. Neither fighter initiated the grappling in their first outing. That would have been a real treat. I wanted to see who was the stronger grappler. We know that both of them are very talented grapplers. But as far as striking is concerned, Colby's a volume striker. He throws combos. He'll mix in head kicks, switch stances. He likes to get his opponents up against the cage. Volume strike, go for takedown. Volume strike, go for takedown. If he can get into a rhythm like that against Usman and get Usman backing up with maybe body shots or feints, then he can impose his game plan on Kamaru and actually have some serious success. That being said, Kamaru Usman has a very high fight IQ. He's always adapting in there. He's learning the game plan as the fight plays out. Usman himself claimed that Colby Covington is a top 15 welterweight of all time. I agree with that.
That's respect.
In terms of skill, not legacy, but in skill, I say he's honestly in the top 5. But I don't like to go and pit new fighters against old fighters because they're different eras, different timelines. But Colby Covington would beat just about every welterweight that's been in the UFC division. But I don't think he's beating Usman. I'm going with Usman via decision. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a war, knockdown, drag out. Both fighters are willing to go out on their shield. But I think Colby's tough, man. I don't know if Usman's going to get him out of there. Not this time. I don't think so.
I disagree, bro. I think Usman's going to come out hot and hungry, and I think he's going to get a third-round TKO against Covington.
Yeah, Covington does have a bad habit of pulling on shots. He likes to play like a counter-striker, and he does have some good counter-striking, but his biggest advantage is in his forward pressure striking. So I do see Kamaru Usman potentially getting that knockout while putting that straight down the center when Colby tries to pull on a jab. Because if Colby tries to lean away, Usman has that reach advantage. He's not going to get away like that. He's going to have to dip under. He's going to have to mix it up this time, I feel, because Usman's gotten that better striking since their last outing.
Colby has heart. He continued to fight even with that broken jaw in their first fight. He's got heart.
Yeah, it's hard.
I just don't think it's enough for the Nigerian Nightmare.
There's heart.
I don't.
And then there's a certain amount of damage that your body can take.
Know your limits.
But with that, guys, we will wrap up our thoughts on UFC 268. If you enjoy the content we're creating, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, guys, this is not a sport. You don't play fight.